Hello, Playdate community. We're back with another Wheel Runner episode. Today's update number 2, and we are gonna be with Buggy here and Mackie over there, showing you what's gone into this week's update. So, let's jump right into it. Drum roll, please. We have a settings menu. Woo! So, what was previously just like an empty option is now settings. How exciting. Thank you to everyone in the community who suggested that we write settings underneath the settings icon on the right of where it says settings. Thank you all. Shout out to Brix and to Rinta, those two. They're in the community there. So, cool animation, only one half. And as you can tell, we have a SFX and music volume. Wow! Like every good SFX and music volume settings page, as you change it, it changes how loud the sound is. Listen. And thank you to WizFX for our amazing sound effects and menu music, of course. One more update, which is that the frames per second has dropped by about 5. So we're now running at like probably less than 20, which is unplayable. But we'll get there. That's it for the updates. Let's jump right into the Wishes framework. So what's changed this week? We've cleaned some things up. As you can tell, there's less stuff going on here. When you hit supply state, you're no longer just telling it like a random constant, which is what it was before, which is why it was k depths. It was just a constant. Now you're actually giving it a function which it uses to initialize itself and to add its extension. So if Nova, yeah, look at that. So this is the function, the module state. And basically you're going to add 2 functions. You're going to add the set state initial, and you're going to have the set state, which actually calls an optional method called change state. And because it's got the underscore there, you know that you have to define it if it's going to be used. Set state is a public method. Set state initial technically is 2. And then change state is a private one that you have to define. The initial state would be like, okay, it's like a typical state machine you'd be using, like a player is spawned, ready to play, playing, died, hit the end of the level. If you want an alternative to that, which is a bit more complicated, there's a key value state. The key value state actually works with a dictionary. So instead of just using like a constant, it actually checks the values inside of the state. So for example, one would be the difficulty level of the level, and then the other would be the stage. Like, are you on stage 1, 2, 3, 4? And so those 2 things can be managed simultaneously with key value state. We do have a new one, which is handling input. So it hasn't been implemented everywhere, but basically from the main widget, we're actually capturing the input of the device. So register device input, that's the first API call. And then basically you have a choice. Either you pass input to a child or you deal with it. Actually, this shouldn't be here. Main doesn't actually handle any input. So it just passes it to the child, which is going to be, first of all, menu. And then what menu does is that it, if we're in the settings menu, because if you'll remember, when you would press A on the back button, it would actually press A on the previous menu as well. Which is a bit ridiculous. We're actually handling it based on state, where the menu will pass it based on what state it's in. So here we're in a sub menu, so you're passing it to the settings. Then you've got basically level select there. Level select handles all the input there. You can pass a filter. So if you guys don't already know, the input is handled basically by like a 32-bit number. Your input looks like this. And if this one is here, and I don't know the exact keys, if this one is here, it's going to be the up arrow. If this one is here, it's going to be the down arrow. If this one is here, it's going to be the left arrow, etc. until the A and the B button that are here. So I don't know if it's exactly those ones, but basically you're having a single number that represents all the inputs. I find that super cool. So what you want to do is, for example, if you want to filter out, let's say just for fun, we're going to filter out let's say the up button. So we're gonna do playdate.k button, and I added some extra shortcuts. So k buttons any. So k buttons any is just 1 1 1 1 1 everywhere. Minus, so that's gonna be an XOR playdate.k button up. So now we're gonna see that actually we're filtering out the up button from the menu input. So let's see if it works. Sorry, wasn't expecting that. Here, we should see that down works and up doesn't work. Hey, how cool is that? The widgets frameworks actually work. I have an important announcement to make. You, person watching this, must subscribe right now. And you got to leave me feedback. Tell me you don't like Buggy over here. You don't like his name. I love his name. You gotta tell me that Wheel Runner sucks. And that when you crank, it goes too fast, or it goes too slow, or it jumps too high, or you want it to jump upside down, which has been a recommendation, by the way. Please, please, please leave your suggestions in the comments below, in the Discord, in the Playdate Dev Forum. Leave your suggestions for Wheel Runner, and trust me, it's probably gonna get into the game, and when it does, your name is gonna be boom in big. It's gonna be a splash screen with your name on it. That's right, you gotta believe it. All right, thanks everybody. That's it for update number 2, and I'll see you in next week. Goodbye.